Hey everyone, Delta Fan 270 here with a airport update of Palm Views International Airport. 3 new models in this update with a couple of new routes. And the time zone for the airport right now is 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. And active runways are 9 right, 9 left, 10 left, and 14. But 10 left and runway 14 aren't in this update, obviously, because, you know, I'm limited on space. But anyway, let's get right into the update. Taking off on runway 9 right, we have a Delta Airlines 737-900 making a flight over to Denver, and it came from San Antonio. Lining up, we have an American Airlines A321 making a flight over to Los Angeles, and it came from San Francisco. Holding short, we have a Delta MD-88 going to excuse me. This is going to Dallas Fort Worth, and it came from Hartford. Delta A320 going to New York LaGuardia, and it came from Sacramento. Delta 717 going to Newark, and it came from Greensboro. United Express CRJ 700 operated by SkyWest, making a flight over to, I didn't fill that one up, but let's just say it's going to Houston or Continental. Oh no, this is going to Dulles, Washington Dulles, and it came in from Houston. Yeah, let's go with that. Delta 737-700 making a flight over to Key West, and it came from Nashville. Taxiing for a runway 14 departure, which would be a pretty long taxi if I had the room. We have a Southwest 737-700 Nevada Battleborn making a flight over to Atlanta, and it came from Raleigh-Durham. Southwest 737-300 going to New Orleans, and it came from Dallas Love Field. And by the way, the Southwest Airlines push is going on. Almost ready, oops. No, whatever. Almost ready to push back. Southwest 737-800 going to Baltimore, and it came from Las Vegas. Just pushed back. This isn't a real livery for Southwest, but it's here because I could see them doing something like this in the future, but like, instead of the AirTran tail, it would be the new Southwest tail. We have a fictional Southwest 737-700 in the AirTran livery, making a flight over to Denver, and it came from Milwaukee. And for those of you who didn't know, Milwaukee has been a focus state for Southwest because they acquired it from AirTran. But anyway, on the Terminal 1, we have a Delta 767-300ER, Habitat for Humanity, pushing back for a flight to Salt Lake City, and coming from Anchorage. Delta Connection Saab 340, operated by Endeavor, let's say that, yeah, even though it's not that realistic, but okay. Going to Augusta, Georgia, and came from Sarasota, Florida. Northwest Airlines CRJ 900 operated by Delta Connection, operated by Endeavor, going to Roanoke, and it came from Newport News. Delta MD-88 making a flight over to Milwaukee, and it came from Columbus. Delta A320 going to Fort Lauderdale, and it came from Nassau. Just arriving in the gate, we have a Delta 737-900. Yeah, that's the Spirit of Seattle. This just came in from Detroit, and it's going to make a flight over to Indianapolis later. Delta A319 preparing for pushback, going to Philadelphia, and it came from Chicago Midway. Delta 752 preparing for pushback. This is going to Kansas City, and it came from San Francisco. Delta MD-90 getting some luggage service, going to Houston Continental, and it came in from Washington National. First new model, Delta 737-800. This is going to Chicago O'Hare, and it came from San Diego. Let's see if I can. No, that's not going to work. Delta 767-300, making a flight over to Portland, and it came from Rio de Janeiro at about 5 a.m. this morning. Delta A330-300, making a flight to Honolulu, and it came from Honolulu. Delta 777-200LR, making a flight over to Los Angeles, and it came from Dubai last night. Hawaiian A330-200, making a flight over to, let's see here. Trying to find that stuff, it takes a while if I don't know where it is off the top of my head. I'm using my phone for this, by the way. We'll just say this is going to Honolulu and it came from Kahului. China Southern 777-200ER, making a flight to Guangzhou, and it came from Guangzhou, obviously. We have a Korean Air 777-300. This is a new model as well. It's a beautiful model. I highly recommend getting it. And I got it from Greyland Station. The price on it was originally $42, but the person who owns the store made it $35. So highly recommend going there. But anyway, this is making a flight to Seoul, Incheon. I think that's how you say it. And it came in from there. Wow, it's already 6 minutes. I didn't even get to the hood board. Air France A340 coming in to the terminal for a morning flight from Paris Charles de Gaulle, and it's going to go back out there. Delta A330-200. This is going to be making a flight to Shanghai Pudong, which is a new service for the airport. And it came in from Shanghai Pudong. Taxiing, we have an Aeromexico 737-700. Oh my god, why won't this switch? Okay, this is going to be making a flight to Guadalajara, and it came from Mexico City. Virgin America A319, taxiing for a runway 9 left departure. This is going to Los Angeles, and it came from SFO. Emirates Sky Cargo 744, operated by TNT. This is making a flight to Dubai Al Maktoum. United 757-300, making a flight over to Houston Intercontinental, and it came in from Newark. Virgin Atlantic A330-300, making a flight to London Heathrow, and it came from London Heathrow. UPS MD-11 just lined up. This is going to Louisville and came from Dallas Fort Worth. British Airways 787 just took off, making a flight over to London Heathrow. Oh yeah, we still have this part to go. Delta 757-200 just pushed back for a flight to New York JFK, and it came from Minneapolis. Delta Connection E170 just getting ready to push back for a flight to Grand Rapids, and it came from Charleston. Delta 757-300 going to Las Vegas, and it came from Phoenix. Delta MD-88 going to Buffalo, and it came from Raleigh-Durham. Taxiing, we have a Frontier A319 making a flight over to Cleveland, and it came from Trenton. Air Canada Rouge 767-300 going to Toronto Pearson, and it came from Toronto Pearson. JetBlue A320 Sharklets, making a flight over to Boston, and it came from Las Vegas. JetBlue A320, making a flight over to Washington National, and it came from San Juan. Just getting pushed back, we have an Allegiant MD-80, making a flight over to Lexington, and it came from Lexington. Spirit Airlines A319 taxiing, making a flight over to Chicago O'Hare, and it came from Fort Lauderdale. Public 727 is here for the Vintage Airport program. If you looked at my airport site, it says what it's about on there. And it's going to be making a charter flight over to Minneapolis with us stopping Detroit on the way back. WestJet 737-800 making a flight over to making a flight over to Winnipeg, and I came in from Winnipeg. Caribbean Airlines 737-800. This is going to be making a flight to Port of Spain, and it came from Port of Spain. This Sun Country 738 is operating as a charter for a flight to Havana, and it came in from Minneapolis as a ferry flight. United Express CRJ 200, just pulling into the gate from Orlando. United A319, making a flight to Los Angeles, and it came from New York LaGuardia. United A320, making a flight over to SFO, and it came from Newark. JetBlue A321, making a flight over to New York JFK, and came from Punta Cana, preparing for a runway 14 departure. And also preparing for a runway 14 departure, we have an American Airlines MD-80, making a flight over to Sacramento, and it came from Dallas Fort Worth. Getting towed over from the American maintenance base just to get an inspection. We have an American 333, making a flight to Hong Kong, and it came in from Hong Kong. American 752, just preparing for pushback for flight to San Juan, and it came from Miami. American A319 Allegheny, just getting pushed back for a flight to Salt Lake City, and it came from Baltimore. American 738, this is going to Boston, and it came from Denver. American Eagle CRJ 700, going to Orlando, and it came from Atlanta. American 738, going to Las Vegas, and it came from Seattle. American A319, making a flight over to Memphis, and it came from, I don't know which one was which. This is either going to Memphis or it's either going to Salt Lake City. I don't remember which one I said for that one. Anyway, and it's either coming in from Philadelphia or Baltimore. US Airways A320 going to Phoenix, and an Interjet A320. Let's see. We'll just say this is going to Toluca. United A320 Friendship, going to Denver, and it came from Washington Dulles. FedEx MD-10 just came in from Los Angeles, and it's going to go out to Memphis tonight. UPS 763, going to Minneapolis, and it came from Philadelphia. UPS 763 going to Miami, and it came from Seattle Boeing. Asiana Cargo 744, going to Anchorage, and it came from Seoul Incheon. And this is a new model. I got a really good deal on it, so I had to buy it. This Cargo 360 747-300 is going to be making a flight over to Seattle Tacoma, and came from Cincinnati. I'm pretty sure This airline got absorbed into Southern Air, so I'll just say Cargo 360 operated by Southern Air. But I actually got this model for $10 at Greyland Station. I was really surprised I was going for that little. Normally 747s go for above 30, but this was $10, so I had to get it. But anyway, this is the airport update. Some things I want to do in the future that I never really covered is that this is eventually going to be grass once I get this painted. This is supposed to be a taxiway thing. Then this is going to be painted gray eventually, and then it's going to be grass here and here. But anyway, that's the update. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.